I'm going to give you some information that's priceless, and there's not enough money in the world to pay for it. By the time you're done watching this video, I believe you'll understand what I'm talking about. First of all, I'd like to show you this 4-word equation. Oxygen equals pumps equals electricity equals power. Imagine a circle around the word pumps. The circle represents a cell in the body. The body is made up of cells, and if the cells are in a healthy condition where they're able to get oxygen, the pumps generate electricity. If they're the cells in the eyes, it's the power to see. Or if they're the cells in your muscles, the power to walk and run. Or if they're in the pancreas, it's the power to produce insulin. If they're in the heart, the power to beat. Do you get the picture? On the left half of this graphic is the example of the dry state discovery. That was discovered by Dr. Arthur C. Guyton at the Mississippi School of Medicine in 1961. In this picture at the top we have the blood vessel, and at the bottom we have the lymphatic vessel. Most people know that the blood vessels bring oxygen and nutrients to the body cells. Here is a question for you. Before watching this video, did you know that you have lymphatic vessels that parallel your blood vessels everywhere they go throughout your body from your head to your feet, and that they also have one-way check valves, and that they also go up in between the cells? Post your answer after watching. Most people don't even know they exist. They've only heard about the lymph nodes under your arms, your groin, your throat. If people don't know about the lymphatic system, they will not understand the healing process. The heart does not move the lymphatic system, and if the lymphatic system does not move within 24 hours, we would be dead. The space in between your blood vessel and your lymphatic vessels in this drawing represents the body cells. This could represent any part of your body. This healthy condition on the left side is called the dry state, where there's just enough water around the cells to fill the crevices around the cells, and that's all. The oxygen and nutrients from the bloodstream can get to those cells. In this condition, it is impossible to have disease. When the white blood cells get oxygen, they kill cancer cells, and even the AIDS virus. In the dry state, your body heals instantaneously. It's electrical. Okay, on the right side, we have the condition for disease. In the dry state, or healthy condition, on the left side, the water goes out through the capillary of the blood vessels to feed the cells with oxygen and nutrient, and then the water is pulled right back into the bloodstream again. This takes place very fast. Now imagine in your mind a ditch running along a field. You open up a floodgate and the water goes rushing out into the field. Then something in the ditch or the bloodstream pulls the water right back into the bloodstream. The blood protein in the bloodstream are the albumin, the globulin, and the fibrinogen. These blood proteins act like a magnet to the water and hold the water in the bloodstream. The water goes out and the blood proteins pull it back. When you smash your finger in a door, the damaged cells put off poisons, and these poisons cause the capillaries of the bloodstream to open up wider, allowing the smallest of the blood protein, the albumin, to move through the capillaries and go out between the cells. Now the blood proteins will stick together with other blood protein, making them too big of a cluster to be removed by the lymphatic vessel, and the blood protein hold the water out between the cells, causing excess fluid, and this is the condition for all of the degenerative diseases. Now we have got a big problem, because blood proteins are stuck together. We call these trapped blood proteins, and they cause swelling, excess fluid, and lack of oxygen. Now look at the formula. The excess fluid around the cells causes a barrier from the bloodstream. And if you don't get oxygen to the cells, they shut off, and there is no power, right? That is the condition for every degenerative disease on the face of the earth. If this takes place in the eyes, you go blind. If it happens in your pancreas, you get diabetes. If it happens in the muscles, they pull tight. And you get MS, polio, muscular dystrophy, migraine headaches, lower back problems. In your pancreas, you get diabetes. If it happens in your heart, you have a heart attack. And if the trapped blood proteins hold the water out there long enough, the glucose that the healthy cells live on will ferment. And that is the condition where cells can turn cancerous and start to burn the fermented glucose. When you get Dr. West's Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study program, You will learn how to dissipate or separate the clustered trapped blood proteins. You will learn what moves the lymphatic system to pull out all of the excess fluid and poisons and bring the cells back into the dry state or the healthy condition, where they can get the oxygen that they need to go back to work. And that's when the miracle of healing takes place. I would like you to answer this question by commenting to this video. Can you put a price on what I have just explained to you in this video? Let me tell you about a few people who have used this information. An 11-month-old baby boy fell into a septic tank. It took the parents 10 minutes to find him. After 2 weeks in the hospital, the doctors told the parents, "There's nothing else we can do." They said, "We're sorry, but your baby is going to be blind and just a vegetable the rest of his life." When the parents got the baby home, they did not call Dr. West and say, "What do we do, Dr. West?" They went to work with the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program, and in 5 days they had the eyesight restored and no brain damage. With the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program, if we can take a baby blind and brain damaged and have the eyesight restored and no brain damage in 5 days, why can't we take babies that are born healthy and keep them in a healthy condition from birth until they die? Let's take arthritis. Dr. West's brother's wife's mother had arthritis so bad in her knees that they were so stiff she could not move them. She was walking around on crutches for years. And with the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program, within 1 hour she was crossing her legs and shouting with joy. She got up, picked up her crutches, and walked out the door. How do you like that? Let's take heart disease. Bill Lunt was in the Veterans Hospital. He had 6 bypass valves in his heart. The doctors had given up on him. They told him, "We're sorry, there's nothing else we can do." He was so weak he could barely lift his head off his pillow to whisper, "Doctor, can I go home to die?" On the way home, Bill Lunt luckily heard Dr. C. Samuel West on the radio, and with the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program, in 2 months, he had himself a brand new heart. He was out working in his backyard. His neighbor stuck his head over the fence and said, "What are you doing out here working? I thought you were as good as dead." If he can do that with the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program in 2 months, why can't you go from now until you die and never get heart disease? Tell me what you think about that when you comment on this video. Now let's take cancer. Marion Rosenbaum had cancer so bad that every doctor that saw her blood tests said she'd be dead within 24 hours. With the techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program, in 5 days, she was up dancing and singing with her family. If she can go from where every doctor says you're dead within 24 hours to up dancing and singing in 5 days, why can't you go from now until you die without cancer? Tell me what you think about that when you comment on this video. I have a question for you that are watching this video. Can you put a price on understanding the healing process? It is priceless, true? Tell me what your answer is when you comment on this video. Nowadays, cancer and heart disease is just a part of life. It's so bad you might as well take your pick. So which one do you want, cancer or heart disease? And that is why we need all the help we can get to get these techniques taught in the Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program to the world. Damaged cells put off poisons, and poisons dilate the blood capillaries and allow the blood protein to come out. Guess what else acts as a poison to dilate blood capillaries? Anger, loss of temper, holding grudges, resentment acts as a poison. Too much candy, cake, ice cream, pop, or too much meat acts as a poison. If someone is mad at another person and you're in the room with them, you can feel it. It is a poison, right? When we get this Self-Help Speed Healing Home Study Program to the world, all of us will have a stronger desire to love our enemies and bless those that curse us. And this desire to love will help bring people together regardless of race, color, or creed to live in peace with no poor. How do you like that? Tell me what you think about that when you comment on this video. And because the things that act as a poison to our bodies go right along with what Christ taught, everyone will believe in God. And feel free to sign up for the 7 free lessons. I'm also asking that you share this video and tell everyone about us. And share in the responsibility to help us get this life-saving research to the world.